I've been waiting for so long. Now those feelings are so gone. I don't care what else goes on. We will take you away in the night when you see me, and I'm feeling free. Leave me to play.
We bring the heat, we bring the fire, we bring the dirt, we'll take you higher. We bring the heat, we bring the fire, we bring the dirt, we'll take you higher. We bring the heat, we bring the fire, we bring the dirt, we'll take you higher. We feel the place with our entire face splitting, bass driven gunfire.
Hey guys, we are back streaming with the vendor. Let me just fix all the audio stuff so that I don't have to go back and do that. There we go. Cool. Hello everyone. Hopefully everyone's having a good day today on this Wednesday afternoon. But yes, we are back. For several reasons, I was taking a hiatus, and also there's several reasons why it has to be in creative mode, some of which are out of my control, unfortunately. But we'll explain all that in due time, and yeah. I'm happy to be back here. I have, as you can see, done some work off camera, but we're gonna finish this. This is getting finished. It's like not today, but probably like 1 or 2 more streams. So yeah, I'm happy to be back here. Hope you guys are as well. I also understand it's been a while, so a lot of people may have moved on from it, but we will at the very least finish it on this world, and maybe we'll see it again somewhere else. We'll see. I have some various ideas for what could be done with it in the future. But we'll just have to see. So I'll explain why I'm doing it in creative, and then I'll explain like what the actual project is if you were not here before for our old streams. So the reason I'm doing it in creative is because this is on a world download of the server, which was in survival. So still, like, probably 75% of this thing was built in survival. But when I went onto the world download, it had like purged all my player data, so everything in my inventory had gotten yeeted. And I was in creative mode when I logged in. Also, I want to do other stuff in survival, but I still want to finish the Venator. So, two main reasons why we're doing this in creative. Yes, I could have like tried to find the most recent footage from when I had all my items and spawned them in, but still that required cheating. So, pretty much when I logged in and it didn't put me in survival and I didn't have any items, that was when that ended. But yeah. So this thing is going to be downloadable. I think you can already download like the basically Minecraft world like that I got. I assume you can download that, but it's not this updated. So what's going to happen with this when it's done is it's going to go on my Patreon as a schematic so that you can build it block for block if you want to. So you'll be able to get it from there when it's fully completed. But yeah, that's out of the way. Let's explain what we're actually doing. So if you weren't here for the old Venator streams, then you might be curious about what this is. So it's a thing from Star Wars. It's relatively iconic ship. You may or may not recognize it. It's like a variant of the Imperial Star Destroyer, like a predecessor of it. Just another pizza wedge triangle ship, pretty much, as so many Star Wars ships are. But yeah, it's what you see in the beginning of Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. This is 1/3 scale. I designed the frame of it in creative mode, and the majority of what's here has been built in survival. The large features here that are not in survival are the sea lantern lighting, these symbols, all of the turbo lasers on that side, and that, like the border down there. That's stuff I've done, plus a couple other small things. But we placed down thousands of blocks of stone in survival. And yeah, if you want to see like the actual history of it, I'd recommend going back to some past live streams. There's actually a Venator playlist with like 20 some streams in it. This will be added to that later. So yeah, it's 1/3 scale. It's a little bit under 400 blocks. If I did it 1-to-1 scale, it would be over 1,000 blocks long, and you couldn't even render it all at once. Right now, I have my render distance on 24 chunks, and it still ends up being foggy at one end of it. So yeah, today we're going to be doing some stuff that is pretty important. First thing we're going to start with is we're filling this in. I'm still going to make a flying machine hangar door. In addition to the flying machine hangar doors that go here and here. We already have a hangar door here, chat, if you want to see it. It's really cool. Some of you may not have seen this already. But this actually is a fully opening and closing hangar door down here. And there's 3 more that have to be built. One of which down the middle. This thing was a huge nightmare to make in survival, and it broke several times, but it does work, and it hasn't broken in a long time. As you can see, we just closed the hangar. So we're also going to have a door here, here, and there's going to be a small door here. It's not going to be the entire red strip that opens and closes down the middle. It's going to be kind of like what you see in Revenge of the Sith when Obi-Wan takes the starfighter out of the Venator's hangar. It opens just like a small door kind of like in the middle. Yeah, so that's the plan, meaning that we're going to be filling this red strip in with a whole lot of red terracotta in this stream, in addition to a few other things. I want to get all the lighting stuff set up. I'm also playing with a normal FOV because the Venator looks better with normal FOV. I am going to turn it up to 90 because that's why I'm having issues placing the blocks down. Because I'm used to playing in like 85 or 90. So, yeah, this is honestly going to go a lot faster than in survival. Because on streams, we realistically wouldn't get that much done. I got the most work done probably off camera. Also just going to turn this down because I don't need it. I need the frames more right now than the render distance because we're only staring at a few blocks. I can also show this off with shaders and stuff. Those hanger shields look really, really, really nice with shaders on. But this thing is going to look so good when it's got this red stripe. And apart from the red stripe, the one main, like, feature of it that's, like the main, I guess, like, cosmetic feature that's not done yet is the command bridges. And I'm going to have to design those off camera because it's going to be me staring for like 3 hours at reference images of it and placing a block every like 5 minutes. So, not the most exciting stream content. But with this being done, this stream, and that being done in the near future, it's going to be pretty good. I'm excited. I'm excited to release this schematic as well on Patreon. It'll be like $10 to get this, plus like several other schematics. Like, there's already a schematic up there of this thing. My Architens Light Cruiser, there's already a schematic of that. Oh, yeah, this iron farm. I haven't updated this world to 1.17 yet because I need replay mod. Need to turn that on. But I'll need to see if this thing still works in 1.17. Waiting for replay mod to come out in that version. What are my plans for the interior? I may or may not do it in creative as well. It depends on what my future uses for the Venator are going to be, because I'm not going to like just kind of abandon it when I'm done building it here. So we'll have to see. I may do an interior in creative. I may leave that for some other time. We'll see. Not quite sure yet. I will show you like one of the coolest views for the Venator now that it has a lot of the top features done. It's going to be even better with this red stripe filled in. Show it in a sec here. Oops, don't need that there. That's not supposed to go there. I think one of the best places to view the Venator, it used to be from the back, but now that we have actually a lot more done and on the surface, okay, particles, bitrate probably died. One of the best places is up here now, like a top-down view. Especially now that we have those symbols, the Open Circle Armada emblems. Someone says, today is my birthday. Can we get a happy birthday in chat? That's pretty epic. Happy birthday. Do I watch Bad Batch? Yes, I do. Yep, it's really good, like Clone Wars 2.0, basically. Clone Wars under a different name. Because it basically follows, like, the same timeline. Picks up roughly where Clone Wars left off. I could probably check the statistics. I don't know if the statistics would have carried over from the server, because this is a server download. I have no idea if that's a thing. Let me check. It looks like it... Okay, it has. Cool. Yeah, so if we look at times used, I have placed down 87,000 stone. All of that in survival. Just so you're aware. That was all survival. Yeah, so we did the bulk of the hard work in survival, and I probably would have kept going in survival had the server download, like, not destroyed my player data. And not cleared out all of my items and everything in my inventory, and set me in creative mode. If it weren't for that, we'd be in survival. But since we're in creative, I figured we'd make the most of it and finish it faster than expected. Also about Coruscant, because some of you may remember I was going to build Coruscant below this thing. That's why I cleared out a huge amount of land everywhere around under there. Coruscant, the idea is not abandoned, it's just getting postponed for now. Although it may make a return relatively soon. I'm working on figuring some stuff out that may or may not involve Coruscant at some point, and also in survival. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff I'm working on which I'm excited for. I am excited. Why don't I use the fill command? It might be faster for some of these areas. I could try. I'd have to see if it's faster to like set it up than just to place it in. Because this thing is just like layers that go up, so let's do that. This might be faster. Then we go to like that. Okay, you can like actually detect that block, please. Thank you. Red terracotta. Okay, cool. That is actually faster. I'm just not going to be able to like go up to here. We'll start right here. So we go into this block and do fill. Then we go to this block. We finish that. Red terracotta. Okay, this is actually a lot faster. Thank you for the suggestion. It didn't occur to me that I'd be faster, but it is significantly better. So we're going to be able to complete this part real fast. Nice. Sbeev, remember me. I do remember you, Viper. Just download World Edit, bruh. A lot of people have said to use World Edit. I just haven't taken the time to learn it. I learned how to do like a bunch of schematic stuff for this. One day I'll learn World Edit, I guess. Suppose. At least a fill command works pretty well for this. Fill there. Go over here. Complete the fill command. Red terracotta. Let's see here. But yeah, how is your summer going so far? Hopefully it's I guess better than last year's where a lot of stuff was in lockdown. That was, I mean, there are nice things about it. I'm an introvert, so I actually preferred lockdown for some things. But it's also nice that like I guess you see people again. Although to be fair, I live for now in a tourist town, which is extremely annoying. As an actual local of the town and not a tourist, having to deal with huge amounts of tourists in the summer is just pain. Like there's this one intersection where it's only a two-way stop sign, but every single tourist assumes that it's a four-way stop, and so they'll stop in the middle of the road when they don't actually have to, and every single local ever is just like getting really mad behind them because you don't have to stop because it's only two ways. But that's the easiest way to determine if someone's a tourist, at least where I live. Do they stop at this intersection where it's actually only a two-way stop? My summer be good. Nice. Which do you want to play on Hermitcraft or Dream SMP? Hermitcraft. I don't think I would fit in well on Dream SMP. I like to build stuff. I mean, sure, there's some people who build stuff, but I think I'd fit in better on Hermitcraft. Oh, he do be spinning. You do be spinning, though. Goodbye. This is the problem because most of the rest of the areas are lit up. Big oof. Alright, finally be able to hang out with friends again. Yeah, that's a good thing. The nuclear content mod pack is out, and like after I'm done streaming, I'm just gonna update it to be the space age so that all the mods that I have in that video are there on the Discord server, minus config tweaks and crafting recipes. Okay, well that's one half of it done. So let's do the other side. And we'll have to figure out some lighting solution. If we were in 1.17, we could just give ourselves the light source, but this is still meant to be buildable in survival, so wouldn't actually be that good, I guess. Alright, so fill from here. All the way to here. Red terracotta. Boom. We just repeat the same thing on every single one of these. It's gonna look really nice from the inside though. Finally having a roof down the middle. Wasn't the command like copy? I feel like there used to be a copy command like a long time ago. I could just be going insane, but I always like thought I remembered a copy command existing. Maybe it got removed. I'm not sure. I use structure blocks a lot. Like I use structure blocks to copy and paste the turbo lasers, just rotating them. Because they're super, these things are super nice to be able to use. They're so helpful, and it's good that Mojang finally expanded the range in which they can save stuff to being 48 by 48 from 32 by 32. And another good thing about them is that you can actually transfer structure block saves between worlds, because you can literally go into like a Minecraft like world files for whatever world that you have stuff saved on. Hello, creeper. And you can just go into the folder called like structures or whatever, or saves in the structures. It's something like that. It's pretty easy to find, and then they're just like little files that you can copy and paste over. The only thing you have to do is like, oops. The only thing you have to do is create like at least one structure in the world that you want to copy another structure to, so that it creates a folder. Because by default the worlds don't have structure folders, so you have to make a structure first with a structure block. Let's see. Kill at E to kill all the mobs, and then it'll like kill everything else. There we go. No more mobs. Fill. Let's see. Red. Terracotta. Couple more of these. I also ended up getting mild carpal tunnel syndrome the other day when I went around the edges of the Venator and placed down slabs on the bottom and the top. I actually haven't finished the top slabs here. As you can see, needs to be like that. I haven't done all that. My wrists. I rarely have like any problems with wrist pain or anything, except when I have to like click the same thing a gazillion times, which is exactly what I had to do there. Oh, it was fun, very fun. Fill here. Red terracotta. After school stream pog, yes. Go over to here. Complete the fill command. This is so much faster. Thank you to whoever suggested that. That's very good. Let's see. Hello, Sbeev. That SMP ended. I mean, the SMP that like this was on originally, basically Minecraft, has ended, and there's like a new season that's starting soonish, I think. I'm not in that, but this is a world download from that. So technically the first season ended, but the members are doing a new season soon. So yeah, just not with me, because I have some other planned things that I'm working on. Hopefully that will manifest soon. That would be cool. Doing my best. Let's see. And I thought a Lego Star Destroyer was hard to build. Great thing is that this thing will be a schematic that you can download, and then you can add it to like the schematics folder if you have the Lightmatic schematic mod installed. I'm gonna make a tutorial on it so that like it's easy for people to do when I'm actually at the point where I'm going to give out a schematic on Patreon. So I'll give instructions. It's not too hard. It's just a file that you put into your Minecraft stuff. Your Minecraft like data. Program files. Alright, please stay here on this block. Don't give me none of that like in between block stuff. That's not cool, because then I have no idea what blocks it's actually going to fill. I used to be actually really good with commands before, like, whichever update changed, like, literally how all commands work. And then I came back to Minecraft after being gone. I was like, wait a sec, nothing works the same way anymore. I don't know how to do commands. Because I had a world where I made, like, a bunch of Star Warships. They weren't that good because I was, like, younger. But, I saved all of them to structure blocks, and I set like a bunch of command blocks where all the turbo lasers would be, and I like made these big long commands that summon gassed fireballs at like different like explosion strengths, and then I had them like go in a certain direction, and so I could blow the ships up just by shooting like gassed fireballs from various command blocks and then reload them with structure blocks. But I have no idea how that command would work anymore since then. Since the flattening or whatever it's called. Sbeev, you seem good at building. What is your opinion on blanket forts? I have a very high opinion of blanket forts. They are quite fun to do. And now, our Venator has a red stripe. With no detailing yet, though. Because it requires some detailing at some point. Which is something that's not happening on camera, probably. Like, I don't think I'm gonna make you guys suffer through watching me place down andesite in varying intervals in stone. At least not on a large scale. That's better left for me to do. Also, these need to be covered with pressure plates. Are there any others that need to be covered? Let's look at the inside now. And I have to fill in these gaps here. Oh, this is really cool. This is so good. I still have to figure out exactly how like the flying machine is going to work. I've done some experimenting about what happens when you ram two flying machines into each other and how they interact. Which is what I have to learn about, I guess. So I think I don't want to like make it... I don't want to make it solid, I guess, directly under this. I'd rather have it come out. Am I going to do this frequently again? Until it's done, yes. Probably like once a week, plus off camera. It's not going to take that many more streams. So there's not going to be like a huge amount more to do on this. There's a lot of detail work. And I'll actually like explain what the biggest feature that I have to do is. That I haven't done yet, which will be the most time consuming. Sure, it'll take a while to like place down andesite and coal ore across both sides of this thing. But that's not gonna like, it doesn't require a lot of effort to do that. But there's one other part that requires a lot of effort that will take a while. That is detailing these trenches. There's one on either side of the Venator, and I have to detail these trenches. In other words, I have to like figure out which Star Wars Battlefront 2 map has like the easiest Venator for you to look at, and just take like 1,000 screenshots and copy the Battlefront 2 model. Because you can see I have to detail this on both sides. Now they're going to be mirror images of each other, so it's not as bad. But I still have to figure it out one time. Which is the hard part. So that's the largest feature that I have yet to do. And I'm probably not going to do that on stream because that'll be really boring. So probably like 2 or 3 more streams. I'd guess around 2, maybe after this. About once a week or so. But it's not that far from being completed, depending on interior work. If I do full interior, I don't know if I'll stream it. And I don't know if it will be in creative either. I think I'll probably release a schematic of it with an interior that's mostly empty so that you guys can do whatever you want with it. Why'd I switch in creative? Not voluntarily. Because this was a world download of the server. When I got onto the world download, it had cleared all my player data, so I had nothing in my inventory. It cleared all my stuff. I don't know if it cleared Ender Chest or not, but it also put me into creative mode. And that combined with me wanting to do a different survival project. That's why I'm in creative mode. So that needs like a little bit of detailing, but it's still pretty cool. It looks so much more like the Venator now that there's not just a big giant gap down the middle. It's also a lot better like that. That's so cool. Yeah, Kashyyyk's a good map for it. Because you can like, it's on the ground and you can like kind of walk around part of the outside of it, and I only need to see one side. There's several Starfighter like assault maps where you can fly around Venators, although you can't stand still, so that's the trouble. I might just like stream it one time on Discord. I've streamed Battlefront before on Discord, just in like a VC. Will I add a couple more Venators to Architects? Well, not specifically here, but the thing is, both of these will be in a schematic. This actually already is a schematic on my Patreon. You can get it right now if you want. And so, with the schematic mod, not only does it show you where you need to place blocks, but it also acts like a copy-paste tool if you want it to. In other words, you can like just copy and paste this Venator somewhere else with a couple clicks. So you could make an entire fleet of them if you wanted to. I'm sure there will be some people who do that. That'd be really cool. So this is what like everywhere on the Venator will look like, where it's got the andesite and then kind of like the burn marks represented by coal ore. That still has to be done here and over here, and I'm on this entire side. That's the problem. For anyone asking about this, I'm not gonna like do the flying machine for the hangar doors right now. That'll be a little bit later, but I will do it. Could I do building tutorials? On some things, yeah, not the Venator. I actually have a building tutorial I'm gonna do like kind of soon, pretty soon. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna finish putting sea lanterns on this thing to light it up. Do I have commands? I guess I do, yeah, because I've got the fill command. Time set night. So this is survival friendly. In other words, I want it so that you can like not get obliterated by mobs while using this thing. Like if you want to build it or copy it. In other words, we need to light this up. I think I'm just gonna go with sea lanterns in the middle of it and then off to the side. Under red carpet, that's as good as we can get for now. Obviously this is somewhat temporary depending on flying machine hangar doors happening later. But it'll also look better if it's lit up like the rest of the Venator. That will improve it. I'm not touching the bottom pretty much. I think the bottom is basically done. There might be like one red stripe somewhere that I need to add. But the bottom is essentially done. I'm not detailing it either because it's in shadow 99% of the time. So you don't even like really get to see it just because of the way the lighting engine works. So I'm not concerned about the bottom. The bottom has a few major red stripes where it's actually obvious. Okay, so I need to have a couple side things of this, of these sea lanterns. Gotta light this up, make it mob friendly. No mobs, no destruction, and unwanted damage done to the Venator. Oh my goodness. What am I doing? We've already had numerous creepers blow up on the inside of the ship when we were doing it in survival. Because there were lots of places they could spawn before I spammed like a million torches everywhere. String doesn't stop mob spawning on Java. That's a Bedrock thing. I wish it were a Java thing, but it's only Bedrock. Otherwise, I would have coded the entire thing in string, possibly, and not bothered about lighting it up. I couldn't cover it all in carpets either. And I didn't want to make the entire thing slabs because that has its own problems. There are other things that come with slabs that are annoying. Okay, that, at the very least, this needs to be in one line. Except when it goes in a little bit. Okay, we'll do another line of this on the other side, and then I need to just light this entire thing up. Which is honestly not that hard, it's pretty fast to light that up. Then there's slabs that need placing, and decoration that needs doing on the command bridge superstructure, which I've started on one side, but only one side. At least it's easy to carry over though. I'm gonna do a small tutorial series again that's it's not redstone this time, but it's gonna be like for certain things from the Nuclear Age and Space Age mod pack, some of the like really complicated things that I did, like the automation setups and some of the machines that are just gonna be like quick, like probably 5-minute tutorials or something. So if you're playing the mod pack and you want to do it, like make the automation system I did, you can, or at least know like how I did it, so you can recreate it on your own, or like something similar to it. So I think that'll be cool. It'll probably not, it's not going to replace like one of the 2 weekly uploads that are for like other videos. It'll probably be like its own third thing because it's not that hard to make. There we go. That's lit up well enough for now. Now it looks actually good at nighttime. But this is the only dark spot in addition to a few spots on this area. All that I have to do is just add, I guess we don't want that, is add these sea lanterns here. These are all slabs though. So some of these places are slabbed. Like you can see that is. And this is kind of what the like the entire thing has to look like. So that's the problem. Yes, Technoblade is the god of potatoes. Very accurate. Could not agree more. Alright, so now what we gotta do is more sea lantern spam. Were I'd ever like have to build this again, at least I would have a schematic of it in survival. And a guardian farm would still be just as essential as it was last time. Because this build takes so many sea lanterns, it's kind of ridiculous. I think one of the best ways to do this, or at least like the most satisfying way, is to go layer by layer. Although I should probably start with these like individual features first, so that I don't have to deal with that as I go throughout the whole thing. So like this. I did not mean to place that. Don't need two of them. So there's a few different like times I have to go over the entire top hull. I have to do it with the sea lanterns first, and then I have to do it with andesite and coal ore. And I've already finished most of it, but there's a few places where I haven't done like the faint stone brick lines. I already did the lines on this side, as you can probably see. I have not yet done them on this side though. Why am I in creative? Because this is a world download of the server where I was in survival, and when I logged on, it put me in creative mode and it had purged my player data. So no items in my inventory. And I also wanted to work on something else in survival with 1.17 coming out. So I decided to finish this in creative mode. But the great thing is we're always going to have this model. We're always going to have a schematic available of it to do whatever we want with in the future. And we'll get that model and schematic much quicker in creative mode. Let's see. My vote said he makes an X-Wing if he hasn't already. I haven't made an X-Wing here, no. I do need to still, like, make a design for an ARC 170. I have one for a LAT and for a Y-Wing. Republic era Y-Wing. And I need one for an ATTE still. So that I can put them inside the Venator. In the hangar. And because there's plenty of room for that kind of thing, which is cool. Okay, these special features are lit up. Now let's start over here. I don't want to put any lights in like the symbol here. So we're just going to try to squeeze them as close to the outside as we can to get as much light in there. Excuse me. Unfortunately, there will be a few blocks that are still spawnable. But that's like one part that I refuse to spam sea lanterns in, because they're still kind of like obvious, even though they're not like just white, because I have the pressure plate on them. The pressure plate does do a good job of hiding them though, I must admit. That was a really good suggestion. It was someone in chat during the stream one day who suggested putting pressure plates over sea lanterns. Because this green color is super close to the stone color, and it's very hard to tell the difference when you're far away and not literally like an inch away. And you're usually not going to be that close to it. Let's see. The main reason that I switched to creative isn't because just it would take forever, because I was fine with the time that it had taken. We'd already like realistically done a lot of the hard time-consuming work on the Venator and survival, because I placed down like 87,000 stone in survival. You can watch all the live streams if you want to see like more of it in detail, because there's like 20 some live streams plus a few videos where we were working on this. Because I started this like January 3rd this year. I started this world. Alright, there's just this dark area remaining. So it'll be good to get that done. I also had to light up these engines you can see here, and it was hard to conceal the sea lanterns, unfortunately. It kind of looks cool, though. I think it looks neat. This area is all slabbed, so I didn't light that up. And all of the stuff down here is slabbed. Although I haven't slabbed the this part yet. I'm probably going to be doing that in a moment here. Let's see. I survived 100 days in space age. You went to space on day 100. Please stop clickbait. I went to space on day like 60, bro. Literally day 60. So you're clickbaiting me. But you are correct. I did go to space on day 100, but that wasn't the first time. The first time was on an entirely different creative world where I had to learn how to not immediately die in space and what I needed so that I could actually get it in survival on the nuclear space age world. May as well call it space age world now. Funny thing is, like, I hadn't even planned to do the nuclear age when I was making the mod pack. I was gonna go straight to the space age, and then I realized that there was actually like a lot of stuff that I could do that was nuclear related, and that the nuclear age is a thing. That like it was a time period, so I was like, why don't we do that? I think that'd be cooler instead of like trying to go from nothing to space. So I think it worked out well. Although nuclear craft is way harder of a mod than I thought it was. I haven't changed one single thing about like the config or the crafting recipes in nuclear craft, and it's basically an expert level mod pack all by itself. One mod, it has like a mod pack's worth of content in it. It's crazy. And then when I added that mod, added the it's like an add-on for nuclear craft that adds the nuclear bombs, the fission bombs. I was like, oh, this is kind of a small mod. It adds like a couple extra like ingredients for crafting stuff, and then like a bunch of different bomb types. I was like, it's probably not that hard. No, of course, it was so much harder than I thought because it followed the trend of all the nuclear craft related things in being incredibly realistic. Like, I googled a ton of the stuff afterward because I was like, okay, I've spent hours like making these things in Minecraft. I want to know what they are in real life. And basically, like, almost all of them are real things in real life, and they work like the same way in real life, or almost the same way as they did in the mod. So they made it really realistic. Hydration. Okay, so the entire ship is in fact lit up now, except for a few spots here, which is what we're going to work on. And the only real parts that aren't done are just detailing on the sides and the command bridge, and some minor detailing on the hull on the top. The engines and everything back there, it's completely done as far as I'm aware. Although it's kind of... oh, that's all slabs. I haven't detailed this. I don't think I'm going to detail these parts here. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to. I'll have to think about it. Think about if it's worth it. Might do it at some point. I also need to place slabs under here so that you don't see those sea lanterns, for one thing. Put a super powerful redstone cannon on the Venator. It'd be cool to put like a TNT cannon or something here. You must detail all. We'll see about that, but... in terms of the interior, this is what we have as the interior. This stuff is stuff I did in survival, and it's kind of where I lived. And I also have this neat storage system and, excuse me, a fish tank back here. But there will be probably an interior at some point. I don't know if it's gonna, like, I don't really know what I'm doing with it. I'm not gonna, like, try to say anything about it right now because I don't know for sure. At the very least, what I am going to do before I release the schematic is finish the interior walls for the hangar areas. And then I'll leave the rest of it blank so that people can build whatever they want in the schematic. Doesn't mean that I'm done with it, but that's what I'm going to be releasing it as. Also, this is our mini Venator. 2 blocks. I am in 1.16.5 because I need replay mod for time lapses. Like, it's active right now. You can see. And replay mod I don't think is in 1.17 yet, so that's why. Okay, so what part here needs slabbing versus what part doesn't? That is slabbed. That is lit up. This part was slabbed, except for the top of it. So, that's what we're going to start by doing after I light this up. I'd like to finish as much of the superstructure today as possible. It's been a thorn in my side in terms of stuff that I need to do up here still. So many different tiers, it's been tricky making it work and looking at be good. Let's see. If you do a little detailing with stairs, put lights behind them because then they aren't solid blocks. Depends, I think, on if you have the stair in a certain way. Like, I think this might be a bedrock thing, but like if you put a stair like right here and do that. Okay, that's a horrible example because there's a light all around it. So like if I put a stair here, then this here. Oh, there's slabs. Okay, I'm going onto the ground. There's the Venator's not providing good examples for this. None the slightest. Yeah, so I think that if you put a stair like that, I don't think that lets any light through. Other than that, which is just like a lighting engine thing. I think in Bedrock it might be different, but if you do that, that'll obviously let light through. So I don't think you can... I wish like light did shine through slabs like it did with like stuff in Bedrock, because I think that's a Bedrock feature. Also, I always see comments like asking why I used an elytra during creative, because it's actually faster than creative flight going up and down unless you fall, just free fall. But a lot of the times it's faster than creative flight. That's why I almost always have an elytra even in creative mode. Plus it's just fun. There is some of that. Okay, I need it to be nighttime a little bit longer until I'm done with everything involving lighting and spawn proofing. Oh, I already slabbed this. Okay, that's convenient. I wonder if I shouldn't... Oh, I know what I could do. Because this part is being slabbed. Like, starting here. I need this to all be slabs. But this is still too dark, right? Oh, come on, game. No, this is still too dark here. Okay, that looks bad. Nope. There needs to be like some lighting here still. I'll sort that out in a minute. It could come from like a window or something. Something simple like that. Okay, that's still 2 blocks. Good. So the places like this where I can't easily conceal a sea lantern, I just slab. Seems like it makes the most sense. So like right here, I'm gonna slab this all the way up, and then nothing will spawn here because I'm making this survival friendly. If I were only doing this in creative and didn't care about survival, obviously that wouldn't be a problem. Why are people singing? Why are they singing the Creepers All Man song? Why? That's so like 2019 or sometime. I think it was. I don't think it was last year. Chat, I don't know if it's just me, but like whenever I like think something was last year in 2020, it usually is from 2019. I noticed that a lot. Like, I feel like nothing happened last year, like, that I remember that's, like, I guess not, like, something serious or, like, really important, but just, like, other entertaining things. They always seem to be from, like, 2019. Okay, I started to slab this, but I hadn't finished. I don't know if that's just me being weird, but I feel like most of my memories are from 2019. Kind of spooky. Alright, that's done. This part is not. That is slabbed already. Okay, that part really should be like that. Okay, no, that's gonna trigger me. That's not. Although it's like that over there, so who cares? Let's see. Hi, this is Mason. How long did it take? Honestly, not that long. I did most of this in survival. 87,000 stone blocks placed in survival over a few months. But a lot of this was built from schematics because I designed it in creative mode elsewhere. And the only reason I'm in creative right now, actually I guess there's two reasons. Because first one is this is a world download of a server. And when I joined the world, it cleared my inventory, like it reset my player data, and it put me in creative. Second reason, I want to build other stuff in survival, which is why we have, for now, the 1.17 single player series, which is just kind of a side thing I'm doing. That's all slabbed. So it's not going to take very long in creative, but it didn't take like that long of a time compared to some things in survival, like a couple months of off and on building. That's not slab. No, it's not, huh? Okay, you guys can stop spamming the lyrics now. That's good. Everyone has heard the song a million times. And if you haven't, then you must be under a rock. Only explanation. This needs to be slabs as well. I think this is one of the last, like, rows of non-slabbed areas that we have to deal with here. So that's good. And this goes all the way to the back area of the command bridge. I'm probably, before I stream this again next week, we'll have the command bridges done. Maybe like I'll do that this weekend. Because I will not be working on a 100-day video until a week from today. Because I take a week off to do other videos and work on other stuff. Because I spend a lot of time working on those. So I'll probably finish that, like the command bridges this weekend. I mean, I only have to build one. Even if I have to mirror it, it's still a lot easier than like having to build two different things. I have to see if it's actually like the exact same on both sides, or if they're like mirror images of each other or something like that. I'm not sure. Why do you build in creative and not on the server? The server is over, which is why I have a world download of it. And they're going on to a season 2 soon-ish. I'm not on that anymore, but I am just working on the world download now. But the members, plus a few other people, new people, are on the season 2. Will I add more mods to the space stage mod later for content? I've added a few mods as I've gone. There's one really important mod, which I'm not going to name and I'm not going to spoil, that is actually part of it right now. It's not going to be part of the... It's going to be like the only mod that's not in the new the Space Age content mod pack until I get to use it. Because it's a big spoiler. But I just have it disabled right now in the overworld. But it's there. It's an important part of what's going to happen later in like 1 or 2 videos. Maybe in the next video at the very end we'll see. I'm not sure. But it's gonna be very cool. I'm excited. And I've added a few like extra add-ons for immersive engineering and stuff that I discovered as I was surfing CurseForge. How do I join Season 2? I am not the person to ask. I would recommend going onto Fozen's channel, because he pretty much owns it. If you want to find his channel, search up just Fozen Sir. You'll find that. You can go to his Discord and you can contact him from there. But I'm not like a part of the server anymore. So, I'm not the person to ask, but you can contact him that way. Alright, so our lighting stuff is done. That's good. Let's see. The main things that we need to do now are just to... we have to decorate this with like andesite and coal and stuff. I have to do like this on the other side. I have to check. I'd have to search up a reference image to see if there's like other windows. I feel like there are, and I just hadn't added them yet. Cobblestone equals life. Yes, it does. It in fact does. Very true. Will I add other big mods to it? Do I plan to do it, or are you going to do it spontaneously? The mod that I won't spoil is a big mod. So, yes, kind of. But I already have a lot of big mods that I haven't literally touched at all, which I will be. Like, there's applied energistics, there's magical, or no, it's mystical agriculture. I'm thinking of the 1.7.10 version. There's applied energistics for one thing, where like I've already got some Sarah Discourse, that's it. There's like Draconic Evolution, Project E for EMC and stuff, Cobblestone equals life. A few other things like Matter Overdrive. I've seen so many comments like yelling at me that there's a black hole like in so-and-so area or so-and-so part of the video. I'm like, yeah, I know. There's black holes there. And I can't use them for power generation yet because I can't make anything from Matter Overdrive. But eventually we will. Eventually we'll unlock that. Like I unlocked thermal dynamics and expansion stuff, like machines, when I went to the moon. So I can finally make the, whatever machine is called that grows stuff. That's such an overpowered machine. I've been waiting for that. Because it can grow like trees and stuff that the garden close cannot. So it's a lot better than that. Okay, I'm gonna now blow out my wrist here briefly. Let's figure out where I haven't done anything yet. I have slabs to place on the underside of this. This is where I left off. Right here. I'm gonna probably look at the Venator with shaders here soonish as well. I haven't looked at it with shaders in a long time. But there's probably not a lot of other big mods I'll be adding to it that I can think of. Also, I have like some other 100-day video ideas that I'm working on that are not not really related to that world or anything, so that'll be cool. It's some stuff that people have suggested a lot in the past that I wasn't initially sure how I would do, but I figured out a way. And I think I've expanded upon the idea to make it better than people were initially even suggested. But I wasn't sure if it would actually work for a long time. I'm still in the planning phase for some of it though. Yeah, so I have to just get slabs under here all the way to the end. And then I'm done with my slab placement on the top and bottom. I already did the bottom and like one half of this off camera. Wow, did he build this? Yes I did. Mostly in survival, but for various reasons, like my player data getting wiped on the world download, so all my inventory being gone, I'm finishing this in creative. But 87,000 stone blocks were placed in survival. So, there's that. There's that neat little fact. The heck is this? Oh, I just didn't do that. Oh, okay. I see. There we go. Yeah, I designed the frame of this and the engines in creative mode, in addition to the flying machine hangar door on the bottom. And then I used schematics to build that in survival. And this build, the entire thing itself, will be a schematic that you can like download and play with. for yourselves, it'll be on my Patreon when it's done. So in a few weeks. I estimate like 2 more streams in addition to off-camera time for the really boring decorating stuff and the command bridges, then I'll be done. Done with it for now. And it can be put on my Patreon. And then once people have the schematic, they can load like a ton of them in the world next to each other and have like a big fleet, and it'll look really cool. Let's see. Hex it 100 days? No. It's not my idea. Open computers? I haven't added open computers, no. I have very little experience with that mod. It's a little bit more than I want to learn right now as well. So that's not something I added. I've played with it in mod packs before, and it seems like there's a lot you can do, but it also seems like very complicated. Seems like there's just like simulated computers, which is about as complicated as it sounds. That's gonna have to move. To like right here maybe. No sea lanterns visible, and I'll have to go back when it's... Oh wait, that's gonna be clearly visible. Oh, you can see it over there. Oh wait, no you can't. This sea lantern just has to leave. It's just not gonna be able to live there, unfortunately. Oh well. Will I ever build an Imperial Star Destroyer? Probably at some point, yeah. I have actually built one before, but it's on a server, like it's on an old survival server that actually is still going. I don't know if any of you have heard the server. I used to play on it a long time ago, called Famcraft. It's basically just this like really cool semi-private. You just have to like get whitelisted and like apply. It's not like completely private, but like it's not like something you can just easily join right away. I built it there a really long time ago. I built a Star Destroyer. Like any others people who like go on there could probably find it pretty easily, because it's like there's like a specific way you can get to it from spawn. But yeah, I have it there. It's not like amazing, but it's decent. Decent for like when I built it, I guess. I don't know if any of you have played on that. If you have, then you could easily find it right now. It's just at like one of the clan bases. In the sky, it's hard to miss. Once you get there. Let's see. I haven't seen Loki, no. Nope. Okay, we're kind of close to finishing these annoying slabs, so that's nice. Less large area of slabs that I have to place down. You love to see it. This would take so darn long in survival, and it's not like I couldn't do it, because I would. It would just take longer. But I'm glad that we are doing this part in creative. Oh, here's pretty much the end. Oh wait, no, I have to do that part. Shoot, I forgot. I thought I'd already done that. We're close to the end, but not actually at the end. Yeah, so this needs its slab coating. Unfortunately. Not that part though. Let me go see how I did that on that side. I want to make sure I make it symmetrical. Okay, I did it the same way. Good. Hello, Sbeev. Love your videos. Keep it up, bro. Thanks for everything. I'm glad that you enjoy them. And thank you. I'll kind of try to keep doing it and try to keep making cool videos as best I can. Just need to get this border down here. This is going to be a cool time-lapse video when it's actually done. I might transition to the 1.17 survival world for the rest of the stream in a bit, because we're getting to the point where most of what I have to do is either grindy or not something that would be good on camera. For example, placing down huge amounts of andesite, like purposefully trying to be detailed in the stone on the top is really boring for me and probably you guys. So we might switch to that in a little bit after this. We'll see. We shall see. I mean, to be fair, we spent like entire 2-hour streams just placing down stone blocks, so. And there were a few hundred people there, so there was not. There aren't like whether what's the best way to say this? There are some people who aren't afraid of the grind, I guess, even to watch it, which is funny to me. I'm just amazed that like anyone watches it all. Like, it's still kind of mind-boggling. But I'm thankful for all you guys here. That needs to go over. This just makes it like so that the hull plates on the top and bottom are a little bit thicker, which is how they should be, and also you can't see the underside of the sea lanterns. So, it does serve a nice purpose. You should build a dreadnought. I mean, if it was like a 1/20th scale, then maybe. I don't even know what a 1/20th scale, like, 19-kilometer long executor would be. Or is that the Eclipse that's 19 kilometers? I don't know. It's like either 17 or 19 for the executor. Super Star Destroyer. That might still be a lot. So it would be 20,000 blocks, or no, like 19,000 blocks, 1-to-1 scale. And 1/20th of that, I guess, would just be a few zeros less. I feel like I'd be able to do that in my head if I weren't streaming. I feel like I should be able to. I could just pull up the calculator on my computer real fast and see what it actually is, like, what, 1/20th. And I just randomly picked 1/20th as well because it'd have to be a pretty small amount. Will I build the Death Star? Probably not. Unless it was like a 32 block diameter, which I've done before, multiple times. But anything much bigger would be a little difficult. Actually, I have built like, I want to say I did like maybe a 64 diameter sphere one time in survival out of glass, like just on a realm with my friends. And it wasn't too bad to do that, so conceivably could do a Death Star at some point if it were small. But that's like, I don't even know what scale that is, considering it's the size of a moon or something. And to have it only be like 64 meters across, since that's what one block is. I have no idea. Interdictor? Yeah, at some point I might do that. Because there's like the Interdictor Star Destroyers, but there's also the small Interdictor Cruisers. I actually don't know if the Interdictor Star Destroyers are even canon. They might just be legends. Because I know the Interdictor Cruisers were in Rebels. But I'm not sure if the Star Destroyers are considered canon. I mean, I prefer legends, so I don't really care, but just curious at this point. Oh, chat, this is the last of the slabs on the underside of these various hull plates. Thank God. There we go. Now it's just that a little bit thicker so that it looks a little bit more realistic, and we can't see any darn sea lanterns, which is one of the important things. It looks so weird in here because there's so many sea lanterns everywhere. Imperial Light Cruiser. Yeah, isn't that like another name for the Architens, or is that something else? That's not like, that wouldn't be a Lancer frigate, I don't think. I think that's only Legends. Because here's an Architens. I feel like these are sometimes called Imperial Light Cruisers. Because this is kind of like just It's basically meant to be Moff Gideon's light cruiser slash modified Architens from the Mandalorian, but with like a red paint job, so it's Republic era. Because we've got the hangar base here, which were not a thing on normal Architens. Oh, what about the Corvus? I guess that could technically be a light cruiser. I think it's like the nerd name is like the Raider class Corvette or something. But yeah, that would be cool to build. That's the one from like the Battlefront 2 campaign, isn't it? Pretty sure that's what that's from. Whoa, this looks so cool, chat. This is actually epic. Let me get my render distance up so that we can see everything. I guess I should turn off the Optifine fog for now. Off. There, now we can actually see everything in here. Yeah, Battlefront 2, okay, that's what I thought. I got through, like, part of the Battlefront 2 campaign. That one sea lantern, that's triggering me right there. No sea lantern. It's not meant to be like in a pattern, but that's still triggering. Okay, this is really cool. I want to turn on shaders. We're gonna get no frames because I'm only 50 right now because I'm streaming. But this is awesome. I guess actually what we could do if we want to keep working on this and not do something incredibly grindy is we could work on some of the walls in here. That's something we could do. I just have to pull up some reference images real fast. Did I build an X-Wing or a Y-Wing yet, or am I just working on bigger ships? I built a Y-Wing that's like a proper scale to fit in here, and a lat. Alright, let's turn on the good shaders. Time to have no frames. Don't crash, please. Thank you. Good. Whoa, okay, it's kind of dark though. Where is it getting light from? It's getting external light. There's sea lanterns under here that produces like 0 light, and this is glitching out. Okay, that's not as cool as I remember. It thinks that there's light, that there's outside light right here. What is the game? What is it thinking? Okay, I have no frames. That's better. Whoa, that looks so good. Okay, I'm already at normal FOV. Oh yeah, chat, this is epic. That's what I'm talking about. Ah yes, this is desktop background material once it's done. That is channel banner material when it's done. Oh yes. I am tempted to just finish the decorating on the command bridge there though. That's so cool. Let me try different like shaders that actually still have water effects. These are the shaders that I found work really well for what I was doing like with my architecture series. See, look, the game is glitched out and thinks there's like sunlight here. But these shields do look really cool in sunlight just because of the water. It's still like too dark here with even with the sea lanterns. I don't get it. That still is a cool effect though. Whoa, why is it so bright over there? Oh, I know why, because there is actually sunlight. And just because this thing is so big, the lighting engine kind of glitches out, especially with shaders. Co-optic is kind of, it's more for modded. Enhanced default's nice. It's like the closest to normal. These are like the shaders that actually look good now in here. See the way the shields look. I say shields, it's the water columns that spawn fish. So that's cool. These are the light shaders. Although I've been in that world, the nuclear age world, so much, and I've done too much that now it gets laggy even if I have shaders there, unfortunately. Because I started the first few videos on that world with shaders and I had to turn them off because I was getting no frames. Even though I didn't change anything, I think it was just like too much grass spawning over time from the pollution. Alright, let's do some more building. Back to internal shaders. I could probably build the Millennium Falcon at some point. So what I want to do now is either work a bit on this here, like finishing this stuff, or go to the inside. I kind of want to just like finish this area and just call that done. So we're gonna bring up some reference images. And I'll work on that. Let's see. Venator, Star, Destroyer. It probably won't take so long that we can't do some stuff on the inside. Or just show me where windows need to go. I need like a picture that's actually kind of close to the command bridge, so that I know where the heck windows are supposed to go. Let's see. It looks like there might, I don't know, there's so many different models of this thing that it's hard to tell what's actually supposed to be accurate. Usually going off of, I guess, like the Clone Wars model is what I've been doing. It's what I did for the windows. So there's technically 5 different windows that we have here, so I can see a few of them here. I think there's like, yeah, there's a few more higher up. And then it kind of looks like there's some back there, but it's hard to tell. I don't think we're going to put windows back there. I am going to put windows up here, because there's a couple like right here and here on either side. Let's see. The windows semicircle around the front of the bridge. That's for like actually up here. I'm kind of looking at on the superstructure, because there's some windows that you can see there. Yeah, there's like windows like literally right here. And then like right here, kind of. With only a really small gap. And it's like it goes around like the entire front. It's kind of weird. I'm assuming those are windows. It's the same color. I'm just looking, like I searched it up, Vendor Star Destroyer, and I'm just looking at like the picture from Wikipedia. It's just the model from the Clone Wars. So I know it's in the front, and then it goes a certain amount back. Let me see how far it goes back. It looks like it goes back until like right here. So about that much. Cool. Let's see. So it wraps around. I assume it would continue on this side. I don't see why it wouldn't. Question mark. So that part is done. Yeah, that looks like how it's supposed to look. So we do that on the other side now as well. I need to also transfer the windows from here over to there. Bruh. Would I build an acclimator? Maybe at some point. I don't really have any plans to, though. What is chat saying? Talking about sand. Of course, because Star Wars moment. Star Wars stream. Let's see. That's the level where the windows go. Windows go up here. In addition to that. And then that's just 4 blocks. Cool. 4 blocks over here. This is like 5 or 6 blocks or something. That'll look better like when there's an interior on the inside. But in terms of color, that's pretty accurate. Yeah, that's accurate. Nice. Nice. Build a small scale Death Star with world edit. There's probably just like some feature in world edit that just allows you to make a sphere, and then you just put an indentation in one part of it and call it good, and maybe add like a little trench. Okay, other windows. Where does this happen? You know, one thing that might make this really easy is if we just go like directly out over here. And this is the corresponding part, and then we just look at where it is over here. Whoa, that's kind of smart. Not gonna lie. That do be kind of smart. I don't have world edit, no. For anyone wondering. I have not taken the time to learn it yet. So right here, it's this, I guess. That goes all the way out. That should be 4 blocks. Let's go verify that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that's all good. All right, so that's set. Let's see. Windows where? Windows down here. Oh, that's kind of annoying the way that window worked out. Oh well. It's in the correct spot, just not as good as I could have hoped. So it starts here. I'm assuming it's going to be 4 blocks like the other one was. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. And it's also down here. And it goes all the way to here, which happens to be 903. Negative 903. So right there. Cool. And then there's a big window there. That's the last window, I think. Yeah, that's the last window. Him knows how to use immersive engineering. Also, him doesn't know how to use world edit. So you're saying that it's easier than immersive engineering? Although, to be honest, I think nuclear craft is the hardest mod that I have. It took me so darn long to figure out how to make the molten salt reactors work in creative mode. I spent like a good 3 or 4 hours looking at tutorials and trying to make it work in creative before I even started like getting any of the materials in survival, because I was like, okay, I'm gonna make sure that I know exactly how this works before I do a darn thing in survival, only to find out that it's like glitched or broken or something like at the end of the 100 days, and it's an epic fail. That'd be so depressing. I was not about to let that happen. Okay, so we have the windows. I want to add the decorative stuff, the decorative stone bricks, I guess. Okay, so the easiest way is going to be started here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that was 1 block in. That should be 10, apparently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then this is all stone bricks. If you push both the left and the right mouse buttons at the same time, if you do it right, it usually just replaces whatever block is there. Like, it doesn't even like render it breaking, it just kind of replaces and does the particle breaking stuff. Kind of handy. Okay, so this is all 2 down. That's all 2. Good to know. And then from that goes to the bottom. Okay. Shoot, there's already something I need to check. That goes out. That doesn't start underneath it. That goes away from this by 1 block. There's always so much stuff to verify when you like are trying to build something and trying to mirror it. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember how that works, and then I immediately realized there's something that like, some little thing that wouldn't have even occurred to me that I don't know how it works. Happens a lot. Okay, so is that supposed to be 1 block? Yep. Nice. Oh, I'm so glad I got this all lit up. Although some of these got messed up when I was putting the slabs. Don't want that. Okay, so it goes down on this side now as well. I'm just excited to finish this project. So I assume this is supposed to go in like the middle. It looks like it is. Yeah, I think this is right. I think we're good. I'm always a little bit paranoid just because it's easier to figure out if what you're doing right now is wrong than it is to go back and redo all of it if you find out later. That's what I've learned after a lot of time of building. I haven't played Fallen Order, no. I feel like I should. I just don't. I don't know. It doesn't. Single player campaign games aren't my thing too much. I've heard it's really good though. So maybe I'll play it at some point. Okay, so I know that. Or was that up top? I've heard it's a really good game. The main Star Wars games I play are, or that I have played, I guess. I don't play all of them right now, but like Star Wars Battlefront 2015 and then Battlefront 2 2017. Empire at War with mods. I guess that doesn't actually go farther. And Star Wars Squadrons, but I stopped playing that relatively quickly when, after several patches, the ranking up bug didn't get fixed, and I just was permanently stuck at level 0. That was fun. So I just kind of quit after that. I don't even know if it got fixed. I just stopped caring, which is a shame. It was a cool game, but it was just broken on launch. I pre-ordered it and played it the day it came out. And I played it for like about a month after that, and there were multiple patches that happened, and never managed to fix the rank glitch, unfortunately. Let me just grab that with a middle click. Okay, so this ends up being like that. And then this goes over to like right there, I think. Let me just fly in a straight line if I can. Yeah, but then it goes down in like a pattern. Goes down 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Okay. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1. Nice. So this isn't stairs. None of that's stairs. Let's get the time today. We don't need it to be night anymore. It's a bit dark in here if it's nighttime. You could use structure blocks. You would have to. Well, I guess if you copy just one block line, that's true. But I don't want it to be like the exact same pattern. I'm going to be using structure blocks for like the command words and stuff, and I've already used structure blocks for these turbo lasers. They just had to have their rotation changed, which is sometimes confusing, but luckily I didn't like have any issues with it being off center or wherever. So here goes one out like that. Again, assume that those are stairs. Yeah, so we're gonna need to get out of here. So I'm assuming these are stairs except for that. That's probably solid. No, it's not. I think that should be. Because that's part of a different pattern that just happened to meet this pattern. Yep, that's good. Nice. Imagine if he was owned by EA. You would have to pay like $5 every minute of the stream. That's pretty much how that would work. But luckily, that's not the case. Because that would not be cool. Okay, so how does that end up working on the other side? Oh, it doesn't even continue past that. Oh, okay. Back to stone. I guess. It ends right there. Okay, I think that's all the patterns that I'd already created. We have to do the andesite coal stuff. I'm not going to do that on stream. I'm going to spare you guys from that. I'll open the hangar as well before we end the stream. So are you like a mega Star Wars fan, yes. My entire channel is a Star Wars reference. The name Sbeev is a corruption of Sheev, as in Sheev Palpatine. And it's from a Star Wars Discord server that I'm in where someone misspelled Sheev with a B because the B is right below the H. Also, B happens to be the first letter of my IRL name, so there's also that. Which is neat. I think I made that already. Yeah. I can do a shader flyby like old times before we end the stream. I might just do that now because I don't really want to start on the walls because we're not going to get very far before we just end the stream and we kind of at a stopping point now. So we'll probably be doing like around 2 more streams or so on this, 1 each week until it's done. But most of the outside is going to be done pretty much by the next stream, I think. Because I don't want to stream myself putting in andesite and coal over a huge amount of area in addition to here, and I'm not streaming myself staring at reference images of Venator command bridges and placing a block every 5 minutes. So streams will mostly include stuff like maybe building flying machines, because that's kind of cool, and like testing them. And also working on hangar walls, because the only interior I'm doing right now before I release this thing on Patreon is the walls like that to the ceiling, walls here, and I'm going to leave the rest open to do whatever you want with. Okay, we are going to do a shader flyby with the epic shaders. Conveniently, Spotify is playing probably the best flying related song that I have. Ah, the members of chat think that I'm fooled so easily by those common traps. Not I know. I've been on the internet for a while. I know what most of the generic traps are. Okay, flyby time. This time it looks a lot better than the last time we did a flyby. %, desktop background. Okay, those shaders just delete everything with the firework glass. There we have it. The Venator is not gone, and it will be completed relatively soon. Let me turn the music down now. It will be completed relatively soon. There will be an entire time-lapse video / montage dedicated to it. And it'll then be going away for a while, but it will be on Patreon. But it'll probably resurface again at some point in some form on my channel. It's too valuable of an asset to just not do anything with. We are going to go open the hangar real fast so you guys can see it. I closed it earlier this stream. I'm going to turn these shaders off though because I already get like 3 frames and like when I'm opening and closing the hangar. And so does everyone else who's ever been here when I've opened and closed it. So I'd like to have 1 frame at least and not 0. That's the activation. We want the hangar retraction. Here you go, chat. Hangar opening. It looks like it's breaking just because of the block rendering, but it is not in fact breaking. The game just can't render it properly because it's too epic. There you go. And these two doors over here are going to each have flying machines like that, and there will be something down the middle. Some sort of flying machine. But I think that's where we're going to be ending the stream for today, guys. I hope you did enjoy. We got the OGs back, the Venator enthusiasts. And yeah, I'm glad that we're not like just... I never really planned to just not finish it. I was just on a hiatus. Fortunate that we can't finish it in survival, but I'm glad to finish it here. And maybe we'll see it again sometime. But yeah, that's where we're going to end this video, guys. Or not video. Used to recording this. We're going to end this stream. Hope you guys did enjoy and have a good rest of your day. And yeah, thank you for all the likes. And yeah, welcome to Discord members and subscribers. If you haven't already, you should join the Discord server as well, because when I'm done here, I'll be setting up the Space Age content mod pack, which basically just means renaming the Google Drive and adding a couple mods to it. But yeah, anyways, hope you guys have a good rest of your day. That's gonna be all from me, guys. Thanks for watching. I've been Sbeev, and I'll see you in the next video or live stream. Bye.